Hey guys, Romie here. So please like, comment, subscribe. This is my Reefer Scandal Season 6, Episode 5. They all bow down. Now the episode this is a Jake episode because we finally realized, oh my gosh, where has Jake been? Where has he been? It starts off with, as we know by now, it actually goes back in time, and it's with Jake and Vanessa. Vanessa, she's not feeling the fact that even though Jake is her husband, and the thing is, now we're at the point where Jake just got, he's officially the vice president candidate, Republican vice president candidate, and Vanessa's over the moon. She's trying to figure out why Jake is over it. Jake's over it because he feels like, this is for Olivia. Now, mind you, at this time, Vanessa's still just thinking that Jake and Olivia are just brother and sister. But Vanessa, of course, doesn't understand, she realizes she doesn't really know him. Why is it that she doesn't know much about him? And then he flips on her, tries to put the focus back on the fact that Olivia just runs everything you don't understand. And she said, for the most part, here's how this goes. You go and use her. She thinks you're using you, use her. You're her key to get into the White House. So take it and run with it. I mean, here's the reality. There's a possibility that, who knows, presidential candidates are dropping like flies around here. You could be the president of the United States, or you could parlay this into potentially being the president of the United States. So why would you go and waste that? Why would you go and think that Olivia is the person that you need to be against when you can use her to your advantage? And he appreciates the pep talk. Now we see Sally Langston in the background on the TV talking about how it's Millie versus Cyrus versus Frankie versus Jake, and how everything's so great and dandy. And into the present, where it's 73 days before inauguration, and at this point in time, like I said, things were cool, things were great, but now she's going to be interviewing Jake and Jake and Vanessa. Why? Because she wants, oh my gosh, because she wants to, get the scoop. The issue right now is Vanessa's missing. Vanessa's MIA. Jake doesn't like Vanessa. It's really irritating because Olivia has to go and run around trying to figure out what's going on. So she has to now go and tell Sally that, oh, Vanessa, she's sick. Cough, cough, cough. Sally Langston said, excuse me, I'm not stupid. If you're trying to run game on me, run point on me, it's not going to work. So I better hope and pray that she's really sick. Because if I find out anything different and that there's trouble in paradise, trust and believe, I will happily go and spill the beans. With that in mind, Olivia now finds out that Vanessa, she crashed her car into a tree. Not only that, she was in the car with some other dude. Apparently she was giving him a handy behind the tree. I said, you know what, I can't with all this. Jake, get your wife. Olivia says, hello. So now they're trying to bandage up Vanessa because, again, we have to get her on camera. Jake, he comes here and he's over it. He's trying to figure out, excuse me, all the security and you guys couldn't keep a hold of her? What happened here? Olivia's like, at the end of the day, I don't care what happened here. You two need to fix this. You need to be a united front. Vanessa says, I don't care what's going on here. I'm not going with that man. Jake was like, don't make me come over there. Olivia said, what's going on here? I thought you guys were cool. What is the problem? This almost just like a domestic violence incident waiting to happen. That's not going to happen on my watch. Not today, because she remembers when Jake and Vanessa were so lovey-dovey, and it borderline disgusted her. She was borderline over it. Jake's saying he just needs to do what he needs to do to win. He knows that Olivia just wants the key to the White House. She's using him to do it. She's trying to, let her know that you really want me to believe that you saved me, that you did all this stuff for me, and now I'm not under Eli's control. Trust and believe, now I'm under your control. You're trying to call the shots. That's what you think, but you can call the shots all you want. The ball really isn't in your court, at least the way you think that it is. Now, like I said, things are going strangely because at the end of the day, Vanessa, she wants to speak to her husband. She loves her husband. She loves the concept of having a husband and having Jake as her husband. The issue is that Jake just tells her, you know what, drink. I don't want to talk. Leave me alone. Here's what you need to understand. I don't like you. That's not what he said, but he might as well have said that. I have love for you, but that's pretty much it. Just go, have a drink. I don't want to talk to you. That's the real problem I have. I don't want to talk to you. Do you get it? Do you understand? Do you understand me? Do you feel where I'm coming from? Even if you don't, can you at least say that you comprehend that? Okay. Now we find out that Vanessa acknowledges the fact that it wasn't an accident. That yes, indeed, she was trying to kill herself. No, actually, not necessarily even trying to kill herself. Trying to get Jake's attention. Let's go and, dial it back a little bit. She was trying to get her husband's attention because she's trying to figure out, excuse me, Olivia, I know it's you. What do you mean, no, it's me? I know you're the one that he's been going and canoodling with. When you two patch things up at that time, and you decide to let bygones be bygones and be on the same team again or whatever, he's been acting differently. He's been contacting you. He's been leaving the house at certain times. He thinks that I don't know it, but I know all of it. I know that was you. Olivia's trying to say, excuse me. Oh man, you just love going after powerful men. You couldn't leave the president alone. Now you're trying to go after the vice president so you can get back into the office. I said, Vanessa, you have about 10 more seconds before you're etch-sketched out of this script. Come on now. Stop with the lip. We don't even know you to like you, so stop it. Now, Vanessa says, yeah, even on the night of the election, you two just had, no, you know what, Olivia, I have to give you the benefit of the doubt, because originally I thought it was you. But this show and dance you're doing here right now, coupled with the fact that the night of the election, I saw him on the phone texting, and when the results came in, he was nowhere to be found. You were still in the room. I was looking at the both of you. I was watching you like a hawk. I was watching him like a hawk. He didn't tell me what was going on, but, I told Abby that I don't know where he is because he already left by then. And so Olivia's putting two and two together like, wait a minute, Frankie got shot, Jake was nowhere to be found? And we see this flashback of Jake. He actually meets up with Eli. And Eli does the whole okie doke on him, saying how, at the end of the day, you are never not a part of command. I love that you think that you're not, but the reality is you can never not be a part of command. You will always want this more than just be some errand boy. And Jake takes the case. He has no idea what he's getting himself into, but he wants to get back into the lifestyle. And I'm thinking, Lord Jesus! Olivia goes and she talks to Jake because she's trying to figure out, Jake, what's your angle? What's going on here? What is it that you're not telling me? What is your involvement with Frankie Vargas? Because now I'm knowing that timelines aren't adding up, and I'm trying to think, how we go all this time without realizing that Jake was nowhere to be found? Really? Who dropped the ball there? Who dropped the ball there? So now they have to go and do cross-referencing to see where Jake was, what he was doing, who he was possibly doing it with. And the thing is, like I said, Vanessa, she just wants to talk to Jake. She just wants to know Jake. She's like, look, I purposely drove into that tree because I just wanted your attention and your affection. Just tell me who you are. Who you are. It's so important to you. I don't know your childhood. I don't know your relationship with Olivia. I don't know your relationship with Rowan. I don't, with Papa Pope, aka Papa Pope, I don't know anything. And so he said, oh, that's all you want? It's okay, it's okay. So he holds her tight and embraces her. He puts her hand in his lap, all lovingly, and he puts his hand around her neck, ready to choke the life out of her. I'm thinking, Jake, something's been off with you for a while now, so I wouldn't be surprised if you pulled the okey doke on her and do something like that. But no, he falls back. He falls back, and he realizes, maybe I was doing a little bit too much. And he says, I can't tell you. I really can't tell you, because if I tell you, I have to kill you. Now we're seeing all these things of how Jake, he met with Fitz, and he was late meeting there. Again, they're cross-referencing, trying to figure out where he is. We see this flashback of Jake. He was involved with the whole Vanessa bombing. And they did trace that back, like, oh my gosh, he has alibis here, where wasn't he, time frame, and they trace it back to the cabin in the woods with the cell phone, the GPS coordinates, all of that. And I'm thinking, this is Jake we're talking about. Isn't this a little bit too easy? Isn't this a little too easy? But we see this flashback of Jake. He has Jennifer. You know, that's the woman that said that Cyrus killed Frankie. He has her in this cabin. He sets up this bomb, and he saw Huck and Quinn, so he blew up the cabin before they could get there. Now, mind you, someone was in that cabin, or at least part of someone was in that cabin. Now, who, we didn't necessarily see, because at that point we saw someone who looked like Jennifer, but we didn't see her face when the cabin was about to explode and blow up. So now they're trying to cross-reference and figure out, okay, where was he? Who is he actually with? What's going on with him? Now they're using the cell phones to triangulate, and they realize, wait a minute, he's been meeting at this hotel room. He's been going there so many times. Oh Lord, has he been meeting Papa Pope? What's going on? What's going on? What's happening? I don't understand it. Olivia realizes, though, that she needs to get Jake back on track. Vanessa back on track. So she goes and she enlists someone who can do this better than no one else. And that is Millie. So Millie goes and talks to Vanessa and gives her the, so what is it that you want? And she says, I want to be married. I want to be happy. She said, that's cute. Are you sure? Well, see, that's the thing. You really don't know what you want. You know what you think you want. Here's how this works. I slaved on my back, on my hands, knees, and legs. I've became the first lady. It wasn't an easy road. There were people who I know I'm more competent. I said, okay, here comes the Elise, the snob coming out of Millie, but you know what? This works. This works. This speaks Vanessa's language, whether we know it or not. I had to do so much, put up with so much, so many people who are incompetent around me in order to get what I needed to get. It was hard. It took years. But look at me now. A former first lady, divorced my husband publicly, took control of my own career and destiny. Now I'm going to be the president of the United States. So do you want to know if I'm happy or not? I absolutely am. You need to figure out what makes you happy. And right now, you need to go and put yourself in a position that will allow you to eventually aspire to a dream that you can achieve thanks to you having all the power in the world. Because you don't really want Jake. That's not what your true aspiration is. You're not sure right now. But I need you to put on that brave front and make everyone believe that that's the case. So that motivates Vanessa so much that she goes and she kills it. She talks about how, you know, he's loyal, committed, honest, and he's determined to be the best for America. And Olivia just had this look of, Millie, you did the dang thing, and Vanessa, I knew you had it in you. You better act for your life. Do it. Do it. We all strong women trying to go and get ours. Now, they go to, while this interview is going on, they realize that, wait a minute, this hotel room, it's the okie doke. Something's not right here. And Jake lets it be known, excuse me, Olivia, you really tried. I know that you realize that I led you to all of your clues. I'm not sloppy. You did not get one over me. What actually happened is you thought you could, but you couldn't. And now, here I am going to have to go and show you how it's really done. While you're trying to frame me, look at this paperwork. This paperwork says that you're the person who went and paid, what was it? Paid Cyrus's ex, Thomas? You know, you're the person with the secret account. And so Olivia said, excuse me, so yeah, you had some involvement, and how dare you try to pin it on me? I said, nope, this is not what it seems. So Olivia goes to, who else? Papa Pope, and now she's like, excuse me, Dad, I knew you would sink low, but the fact that you created an account with money, put my name on it, so that it could look like I paid off Tom to go and mess with Cyrus, so that I could go and, you know, make Millie the winner? Really? Really? My own dad? Really? So you think that little of me? Okay, I got something for you. How dare, he was like, Olivia, hold on. And she kept going on. It was like, the nerve for you to possibly think you could, he was like, be quiet. I said, oh God, he doesn't know. This wasn't him. he was shocked. I said, oh God, if Mama Pope is out and about, because she's usually someone who could pull strings like this and get him this shook. I said, if Mama Pope comes up out of nowhere, I don't know what. But he said, Olivia, you have to go. Take your bag and go. You have to leave right now. I don't have time for this. And she had that look of, how dare you go and do that to me, and then you're kicking me out? You're not even allowing me to go and tell you off? Why? What's going on there? Something's not right here. And as we see next, Papa Pope, he gets greeted by this woman, and we're trying to figure out who is she. Apparently she is Command. Papa Pope calls himself Command, but there's always someone higher, and this person has higher clearance than him. This person essentially, because Papa Pope says, how dare you go and put Olivia's name on this account? She said, your daughter is expendable. She did what she needed to do, which is get Millie into that White House, or pretty much get her into the White House. And now she's actually a liability. So we're doing her a favor. We want her to stay quiet and just go in the background. I mean, if we really wanted to, we could take her out at any moment. He said, if you do that, she said, and if I want to, what will you do to stop me? He said, now hold up. Yeah, that's what I thought. And if you ever think in your life that you can come at me like that again, trust, I will do it like that. Olivia will be gone. You will have no one. And I won't care. Hell, you're expendable too. I said, I don't like her, but if we're going to parlay this into a new season, for season 7, make this the last. Or make it so epic that I want a couple more seasons after this. Because right now, I feel like Scandal's just kind of spinning its wheels and it's not making sense. It hasn't been making sense for a moment, but then it came back and now I'm like, what? Anyway, Olivia is kind of ambushed by Jake. She gets in the car. I don't know why. Jake takes her to this cabin in the woods. And Olivia realized that she's trapped. Jake said, how dare you actually get in the car? You got in the car. You lost your, there's no element of surprise. I have advantage, home court advantage. You lost any type of leverage you had as soon as you got in the car. And you're like, get out. No, let me out, Jake. She got her phone, threw the phone out. I said, oh Lord, Olivia, how'd you mess up? We got all the way into this cabin. The whole time Olivia is just trying to plead for her life. The cabin was dark. It's like, no, I don't want to go in. No, you can't make me go in. I was like, oh, okay, I'll go in. And Olivia was trying to figure out, why would you do that? Why would you kill Frankie? Why would you go and try to frame me? Why are you working with my father, doing all this stuff? He said, look, you wanted answers, didn't you? Look to your left. You see who that is? Hi, I'm Jennifer. I said, oh God, I had a feeling she'd be alive. So you're telling me she went and said, oh, Cyrus went and killed Frankie Vargas. Now she's in hiding. Jake was told to get rid of her, you know, to kill her. So that's what Jake did. He got rid of her. As far as legally, she's legally dead. I'm thinking, is this Jake's way of trying to fight Command? Or does Papa Pope have other plans? That's what needs to be, that's the real question. Is this Jake's way of fighting Command, or does Papa Pope have other plans? Because if he does, then I want to know. If Mama Pope's coming back, then she needs to come back in the next 2 episodes. This next episode, that's technically, I'm recording this on Tuesday, so this upcoming Thursday, we're going to find out who shot Frankie. Now, if it's, B613, and like the higher branch that's higher up than Papa Pope, I'm going to look at this like, really? Oh, really? But that's it. Please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Come back. I shouldn't be saying next week. Come back in 2 days. Potentially in 3 days. Watch my other videos. I talk about a lot of TV shows, sometimes even pop culture stuff as well. So watch it all. Watch it all. Go for it.